All right, I am joined by Heisman runner-up, NFL draft prospect, Ashton Jeanty. Ashton,
Yes, sir.
you will not remember this, surely, but I will. Last time you and I spoke, you were I think a junior at Frisco Lone Star High School,
Wow.
and I was testing you on your Italian.
Really?
Has it gotten much better, or is it still buongiorno?
Still buongiorno. Buongiorno, ciao.
Well, you're about to say hello to the NFL.
Yes, sir.
So walk me through the decision to declare for the NFL draft and what kind of went into that decision.
Yeah, well, it's always been a dream of mine to play in the NFL. And I think, we go back to freshman year. As soon as I walked into Boise, I told myself I was going to, go to the NFL in 3 years and, put together seasons and, work hard enough so that I can forego my senior year, because as a running back, the life you have as a running back, it doesn't last very long. So as soon as possible, as I could get to the NFL as a high draft pick, first rounder, that's when I was going to, take my chance and go into the draft. Was
that tough to kind of reconcile with, because, you see it from the college ranks and how these running backs don't have as long careers as, maybe a quarterback or a kicker or punter or whatever. So does that kind of accelerated your clock? I got to get to the league and I got to, show out as quick as possible?
Yeah, I think obviously that was a part of it, but even just for me as a person, I felt that I would be ready, to go to the NFL after 3 years. Just how I seen how I was developing each and every single year, I got better. And then obviously this last year, putting together a historic season, there's not really much more, I can go back and get as a college football player from a personal standpoint. Maybe championships, national championship, and I got a chance to fight for that. But I think the biggest thing for this decision is what would be best for my future, right? Would it benefit me to come back for another year, or would it make more sense for me to forego that senior year and go ahead and enter the draft?
All right, so are you pumped? I see the smile. I mean, are you pumped for this? This is what every kid dreams about, man.
It is. I'm super excited, man. Yeah. I've been waiting for this time, this moment in my life for such a long time. And, you think about all the hard work. You think about when you were younger, myself, always talking about how I'm going to go to the NFL, even playing college football and be one of the best running backs in college football. So now, I've checked that off my bucket list, but now it's new beginnings, it's new opportunity, and that's what I'm most excited for. Every transition, you gotta kind of start from scratch, prove yourself, show everybody why you belong there. So that's what I'm most excited for. Most people are scared of that, but I'm ready for that.
Awesome. I mean, when you moved to Texas from Italy and you're creating a new community, a new surrounding, and you're playing football. Did you ever think that 6 years after that you would be standing here in this position to go be a first round pick?
Yeah, I definitely believe that it would happen. There were some days where I couldn't see it. Some dog days, where it was hard, tougher than others. But I always knew in the back of my head that I was going to be here, and I wasn't going to let that opportunity, go past and, not take advantage of that. And, from a young age, this is what I wanted. And, when I set out to something, I'm going to go get it.
So kind of walk me through these last 3 years. I mean, your development's been crazy. What flipped for you in terms of your talent and your skill? What kind of got you to the level that the whole country, the whole world got to see you play this past season?
Yeah, I think from a talent perspective, I'm a humble guy, but, I've always had the talent to play football, to play running back. It was clear from, coaches telling me, friends, family, people around the community, I knew I was built to play this position, but, the problem is you can't just rely on talent, because there's a lot of other talented guys. In fact, that's what college is made of. That's what the NFL is made of, a bunch of talented guys. But the difference is the work you put in and how much willing you are to get better each and every single day. So looking at your strengths and, perfecting those and, making those better than they already were, and then looking at the things you don't do so well and, taking a look in the mirror and really trying to get better at those things and taking the constructive criticism, right? Because as an athlete, I think one of the most important things we can do is, listen and learn and improve and apply that. Because as an athlete, honestly, you fail a lot. You got to fail to get better. Even in life, you got to fail to get better. So learning from my failures and then fixing that so the next time that opportunity comes around, that I succeed.
You were joined by so many friends and family tonight, and I'm sure they play such a huge role in all of this for you. Can you kind of just walk me through the hours and the sacrifice that they had to make for your dream to become a reality, and what they mean to you as part of this moment?
Yeah, I mean, my family is everything, man. That means so much to me, and from mom, dad to brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. I mean, obviously, mom and pops, they raised me. They did the most. They put the most hours in. But it's a community. It's a tribe that helped me get to where I'm at today. And everybody has done different things. Whether that's support, whether that's family members who used to play sports and coaching me in things they weren't able to do, and kind of showing me from that perspective, and even just helping me with things off the field, coming to my games, encouragement. All types of things, to where I've been blessed to have a family that I do to support me, and they've done a tremendous job, and they have a big part in why I'm here today.
I want to ask you about your decision to sign with Disruptive, with Tony and Henry and Big Al. They're not one of the biggest agencies in football or in sports, and a lot of times you'll see first-round picks gravitate to those bigger names. Why did you decide to sign with them?
Well, I feel like I'm different. I've been different my whole life than what most people would do, and I go back to my decision, like staying at Boise State. It wasn't a common decision. 99.9% of people in my shoes, they would have upped and left and chased the bag. But this is kind of like that same thing, right? Maybe not as much people know this agency and what they done, but what they shown me is that they can help take my game to the next level, just like Boise State helped me take my game to the next level. And I mean, it's in the name, disruptive. We're coming to disrupt the game, and that's what I've been doing all my career. Is things might have been a certain way, but when I come in and do my thing, things change and for the better. And that's what I see with them. I see a bright future with them, and they've already shown me what they can do, and continuing forward, it's going to be even more of that.
Do you feel like you zig when others zag? Is that kind of your mindset with stuff?
Yeah.
You embrace the different?
Yeah, I think all my life I've been told I'm a leader. Like, even hanging out with certain people, doing certain things, like, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be around these people because you're not a follower. You're a leader. And I felt like that's been me. I've been a leader. I've been one to, create my own path and not follows others. Not that their paths aren't, right or they aren't good, but I got my own path. I got my own future, and my story is different from everybody else's. And I just feel like, sometimes it's just glitz and glamour. It ain't always the best opportunity.
So you decide and act with conviction, and that's kind of that sign of leadership, is that, you're making your own choice and you don't need to do what others are doing.
Exactly that.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. Dude, you're from Frisco. Mm-hmm. There's a team that's headquarters are in Frisco.
You know it.
You played a ton of games at the Ford Center in high school.
It's like home.
And they might need a running back. Have you let yourself, has that thought crept in that maybe you would be a Dallas Cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I try not to go on social media too much, but, when I turn my phone on now, it's a bunch of mock drafts, and, a lot of them, they got me going to the Cowboys. But I think even with that, just to, be in the city and, go to school right down the street from, their practice stadium, playing in their practice stadium. I mean, even I came back my freshman year for the Frisco Bowl and practiced again in their stadium, the practice stadium. So, I mean, yeah, I think it would just be a great opportunity, and it would be big, a hometown hero, and it would be a really exciting opportunity, not just for me, but for the city and my family.
I appreciate you taking the time. I've got one last question for you.
Sir.
So, NIL money, NFL money awaits, and we know these careers are shorter than compared to a doctor or a lawyer. Mm-hmm. And you say that you're different. have you allowed yourself to think about life after football? Do you have plans for the future, or even things that you want to do while you're playing in the NFL, whether it's business ventures or philanthropy or anything along those lines? Have you envisioned those things yet, and if so, what are they?
Yeah, I've envisioned a lot of things, and kind of like you're saying, I don't want to limit myself to one thing. Even while I'm, playing football, just doing so many different things. Starting a foundation. Giving back to the community. Fashion.
We're going to see the Ashton Jeanty fashion line?
Maybe some of the sorts, but obviously, working with other brands, and then we talk about a business point. As an athlete, you are your own business, so extending that and working with different people, building connections for life after football, and there's many different things I want to do, and kind of dip my toe in everything, real estate, right? All types of things. I got a vision, and Disrupted, they're gonna help me bring it to life.
You bring it to life.
Exactly.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Best of luck. It's great to see you, man.
Great to see you too, man.
It's been so long.
It's been too long, man.
You look the exact same. You're just a little bit.
Just a little more.
Just a little more.